Hi everyone, it's Lauren from Crafty Hippie. Today I'm going to show you how to mass produce cards using the Stamparatus. I'm making my Christmas thank you cards. I've got 7 to make today, and I'm going to be using the Winter Woods stamp set, the Bouquet Bloom stamp set. I'm using the trees out of the Winter Woods and the lovely thank you out of the Bouquet Blooms, and the Stamparatus, which you can see I've got set up here. Now this might be a bit of a lengthy video. I'll see if I can set music or something to it, but otherwise I'm just going to be quiet and I'm just going to get on and create these, and you guys can just watch. I might interject here and there, but yeah, it's probably going to be a fairly lengthy video, so I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you sort of realise how the Stamparatus is used and how it's, you know, really clever. I've started off, I will talk a little bit at the beginning, I've started off, I've lined up my stamp, I placed it on my bit of cardstock, and then I actually moved the arm of the Stamparatus over, and it's picked it up and stuck it to the hinge, the arm, I'm not really sure what to call it, and I've got a little thanks sentiment here. Now I've lined it all up, however I'm going to remove this arm and put the other arm on, and it would actually be helpful to invest in a few more of these, so that if you've got a really complex piece that you're stamping, you can have lots of different arms. But I'm just going to put that over and then pick up that stamp there, so that is now exactly where I want it. All I've done is put the cardstock in the corner, so that every time I do one, I know I've got it in the right place, and I'm just going to stamp. Now after I've stamped all of these, I'm going to be going back over the top with some clear Versamark, because I'm going to show you how to emboss in any colour. Okay, so I'm using some lemon lime ink, lemon lime twist it's called. I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to take that arm off, I'm going to put this arm on, and then with some shaded spruce I'm going to do the thanks sentiment. Oops. And I'm going to do that for every single piece of cardstock that I have. Now as you can see, I've got a little bit of a mark there, so I am actually going to take this piece of foam out and see if it's better without. Now the trick here is not to obviously get your ink pads confused, because you don't want to ink the wrong one up with the wrong ink. It's not actually doing the thanks without the foam, so I think we'll go back to using the foam for the thanks, and without the foam for the green trees. I have actually got ink all over that one, so I think I'm going to start that one again. So I'm going to turn that over, I'm going to ink up the thanks, because I've put the foam in now, and take that out. So actually I'm going to do all the thanks first, and then come back and do all the trees. A little bit of trial and error just to work out what it is that you need to use exactly. Generally, as you go further down the arm, you do need to use the foam backing. And if you're not happy, if you haven't got enough ink, you can just ink up again and go back over. If any of these bits of ink are making you nervous, you can get a bit of tissue or a baby wipe and wipe them off, but they shouldn't go on your project. And I'm just going to do this one again because I don't like the green mark that's on the side there, so I'm going to have a stamp on the back of this one and use this side. Okay, so I've done with the thanks and with the shaded spruce, so I can just put that to one side and then remove the foam pad for the stamp that's at the top of the arm. It doesn't seem to need this foam. Just get rid of any ink that's on my hands. Now, as you can see, there's a bit, I've missed a bit in the corner, so I'm going to ink that up again, just in the corner where it's missing. I seem to keep missing that corner bit, but it doesn't matter because I can just re-ink and stamp again. So as you can see, I'm moving through the pieces of cardstock that I've got, 7 of them, very, very quickly. It's a very, very efficient way to stamp. Okay, so as you can see, I've mass produced my card front, which is really quick and really simple and really fast. Right, so now I'm going to clean my stamp and my arm, because I'm going to be using this stamp again in the same position, so I don't want to move it. So I'm using some baby wipes, but you'd be better off using our Simply Chamois. Okay, so that should now be clean. Just need to give that a minute to dry. Okay, so I will be doing a separate video on this, but I'm going to show you how you can basically emboss in any colour. So you don't have to have coloured embossing powders. We do sell them, but we don't do them in every single colour. But it is possible to emboss in any colour you like, and the way we do this is by using clear embossing powder. So I'm going to take my last image, stamped, put it back in place. Now I'm only going to do one of these and then I will create my card and then mount my card, but you'll get the idea. So usually I get a piece of A4 paper which I fold in half. This one's a little bit crinkled, but I'm going to use it again anyway. Some clear embossing powder by Stampin' Up, and some Versamark ink. So cover the stamp in the Versamark ink, which is super sticky, and then stamp back over your image. I'm going to go over just a second time just to make sure I've got everything. And then cover that. I'm just going to move that to one side. Cover that in clear embossing powder. So I have actually got a little hair or something in there which I will remove with a pair of tweezers. And then simply heat the embossing powder until it melts. And then I don't know if you can see that, let's move it up into the light, but you now have an embossed image in lemon lime twist, but no lemon lime twist embossing powder. I will be doing another video on this and going into a bit more depth. Okay, so I'm going to mount that on some shaded spruce cardstock, which goes with my thanks sentiment. And that's going to go on my card base now. So I'm going to add some ribbon now, and I'm going to do the ribbon around the border and then put onto the card base. So again, I'm using a bit of retired ribbon in lemon lime twist. You could use some of this colour, this green, the shaded spruce, or you could use a completely different colour altogether. You could just copy this idea as just the basic outline. You don't have to go with exact colours, and if you're a customer Stampin' Up and you've got this ribbon at home, then that's fine. So I've just used some tape, some double-sided tape, which is actually our tear adhesive tape, tear and tape it's called. I always forget what it's called. So So when I stick this down onto my card base, I would use snail usually, and I will do that around the edge, but I will probably use some of the double-sided sticky tape just over the ribbon, just to make sure that it stays stuck down. Now I have actually I tied these little bows before I started this video, just to save some time. They're just simple bows that I've tied and cut, and then the way I'm going to pop those onto the card is with some mini glue dots. Use my tweezers because it's easier, and I'm just going to put a couple of those on the back, one in the middle and then probably one on either side of the bow, just to keep the bow in place. And they're really good, they really do stick things down. I'll put all the links to all of these products underneath the video, and I'm just going to pop that on there. And then I'm going to stick that to my card base. So like I said, I'm going to put a little bit of tape on the back as well as the snail, just where the ribbon is, just to keep it in place. And I'll finish the rest of my thank you cards when I finish the video, but you get the general idea. So there we have it. Thank you for watching. Bye.